And Dana, now that those storms are out of here, we are talking about the heat.
Absolutely. We've got a real mix of weather going on this week. We had some storms blow through today, some severe in places, otherwise just some rain. And tomorrow we're talking about lots of heat and lots of humidity as well, which has caused the National Weather Service to issue a heat advisory. But at least in terms of the storms today, we aren't going to be dealing with too much. In fact, things have cleared up here in Portland pretty nicely. Hopefully the graphic will continue to go forward so it can show us Portland. All right, we're going to skip right to the radar then. In that case, we have those storms that moved through earlier today. You can see them behind me moving towards the New Brunswick and Nova Scotia area, leaving us pretty dry here in Maine, and it's going to continue to be dry over the next couple of hours until we get into tomorrow. And now current temperature wise, it's 11:15 p.m. and Portland is still at 75 degrees. So that's a pretty warm night, and it's going to feel pretty humid as well. In terms of dew points, some areas, especially along the coast, still in the 70s, 71 in Sanford, 70 in Wiscasset, and so it's going to be another sticky night. We are going to get a break from that, but not until we head into the weekend. In fact, tomorrow is going to be pretty high as well. A lot of places, especially in the interior, hitting upper 80s, even into the 90s, like Freiburg and 91 in Concord, and even along the coast still in the mid 80s, and that combined with the humidity has caused the National Weather Service to issue a heat advisory. So that's for the greater Portland area, then into southern Maine and New Hampshire. That's for heat indices in the upper 90s. Now, in terms of precipitation, it's going to be mostly dry throughout the day. Friday, we'll start off with some fog up in the mountains, and then as we get into the middle of the day, things will be nice and clear. The cold front will begin to move through later in the day on Friday, so we'll have a couple of showers and storms going through the very northernmost part of Maine, but we'll stay mostly dry. And then as we get into Friday night, that's where we'll start to get some more cloud cover. And then we have a little bit of a model battle for Saturday. It depends on this low. Some of the models have it tracking through the middle of Maine, giving us a lot more rain for the day on Saturday. But some of our other models have the center of the low tracking to our south, therefore making the day mostly dry. I'm more inclined to say it's going to be a little bit rainier based on how rainy it's been over the course of this summer, but we'll take a better look at this tomorrow and hopefully we'll have a little bit more clarity there. Sea is 2 to 5 feet, water 63 degrees, and there's a small craft advisory until Friday at 12. So in terms of our 7-day forecast, tomorrow really looking at that heat and humidity, getting those heat indices up into the middle 90s. And then as we get into Saturday, that's where it's a little hazy as to how much rain we're going to get, but the higher chance of rain is definitely going to be in the late afternoon and into the evening. Then Sunday, we really feel the effects of that cold front going through. We're going to take a steep drop in terms of temperature and humidity, and we're really going to be feeling that as we go into most of next week with more comfortable temperatures well below average for this time of year and a bit drier too. So Zach, we've kind of had a lot of mix of weather going through this week, but hot and humid is the main story for tomorrow.
Yeah, looking forward to that comfy stretch, though.
Me too.
Thanks, Dana.